Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails in the Sky, the third part, 57. Yes, that seems correct. We're back in the Looking Glass, because I found the star door. I may have had to look it up because, I explored every room except this one. It's in the very first room you do in the factory. It's up here in the corner. You need the blue key card, and then you walk in, and it's like, yo, anyone who wants to come in here has gotta prove themselves. Let's start off here. So let's start the video off with the star door. So we got to fight. I feel like this party's pretty good. Renee's a little. The party's very glass cannon-y. It's basically how it works out. Like, Renee is very easily one-shot, just because she has such low base HP. But she also just does so. Oh no! It's the Reflecty Boys! Well, GG. We lost. Maybe you can just like KO everyone. Oh, dang. Hope maybe instant death will work. I mean, she actually did more damage than I thought she would. Can we line this up? Alright, I saw them both selected. Here we go. So it looks like they have kind of low-ish defense. We do have Joshua's ult. I think you do flick. I think you flick here. And then when he gets his CP back up, which he will do pretty quickly. Honestly, Hurricane will probably pay for itself. I don't think it's not going to do any damage, but if I want you to hit guys to hit anyone, I want you to hit a stealth. Okay. We've been analyzed. You know, you could have hit literally anyone else. Oh, you walk forward. Doesn't that knock you back? Okay, not a lot. What's your thing again? I thought you heal those who attack it. Did we not just attack you? Oh, Estelle, whatever am I gonna do with you? No, like, seriously, what am I going to do with you? Why can't you just have Zin's taunt? I mean, you're hitting Estelle, so that's all I can ask for. That's fine. I've kind of been hoping for a crit to pop up on the timeline, so that when we ult, it'll just destroy these people and everything they care for. You know, we can at least try and do some single target damage on this guy, because he's actually really tanky now that I look at it. Yeah, you'll go before he gets to move. And I think you just heal Joshua. Yeah, there's no... Well, we'll let Joshua attack one more time. Good damage. I mean, this could be going much worse. Okay, so when you get to 200, we will, ult it up. We should probably heal Estelle. Or we could just keep blasting this man. I'm a big fan of the blasts. Okay, after this turn, now you ult. Oh, that's cool. That's honestly just ult on everyone. I did no damage. Well, oh, come on. He lived with 1 HP! Can you soul blur in time? You can. We can just go hit up the water and get max CP, so I felt fine just spamming our ults at the end there. I mean, that went fairly well considering they pretty much countered our basic strategy, which is haha, magic go burr. But dude, the auto CP up is so good now. Is that Blue Blanc? I think that's Blue Blanc. Yeah, but you got a B card on there. I'm trying to... Like, that really would make... I mean, we kind of learned in the last section that Richard's a good character. Well, I learned it from a comment first, and then put that feedback into use, and then I was like, okay, I see why Richard can be good. It would make Agate really good too, just because his ult's so good. But really, I think with Agate, like, Joshua's just Agate but better. Since, like, Flicker is Dragoona Edge, but AT Delay is better than Impede. Evil Eye is a better AoE. But it is nice, because, like, that's the main thing I think physical characters have going for them, is their ults are usually better. Just because they almost all, I think they all scale with physical damage. So an investigative report on Phantom Thief B, his crimes, his history, his true identity. Imperial Chronicle investigative team. Ooh, I'd be interested to learn who old Blue Blanc is. Let's see, we got a clock. Oh, is that the Roland clock tower? Just kind of looking at all this background stuff. Ouroboros Enforcer number X, known as the Phantom Thief. Series regular. Blue Blanc, his pursuit of beauty in splendid forms. Reach to the something of those who happen victim to his various riddles, has a flair for drama, and revels in theatrics with a refined, darkly something, maybe sinister side. Sits underneath it all. Misfortune of others. Something said, beautiful of course. Can't read all of it, but... Phantom Thief B has had quite the lengthy and productive career in thievery in the Empire, as the amount of records we have been able to find on his crime proves beyond a doubt. From numerous paintings held in the Imperial Art Gallery, to a Septian crystal held in the Empire's Customs Warehouse, to even a cutting-edge tank held in the Imperial Army Research Facility. Nothing is truly safe when he desires to steal it. His conquests aren't limited to inanimate objects. He has been guilty of pretending to be a military officer and eloping with the wife of a marquis on one reported occasion. Yet, and this is perhaps the most baffling part, there is no concrete evidence to suggest he has profited from his exploits. Rather, the objects stolen usually end up in places so bizarre their owners are liable to faint upon hearing about them. In other cases, they are transformed into mirror, which is then rained down from the sky in areas largely inhabited by those less fortunate. Hearing this, one might be led to think of him as a vigilante thief who takes from the rich and gives to the poor, but make no mistake, the truth is not so simple. The wife of the Marquis discussed earlier is a fine example of that. As of this writing, it has been little over half a year since the elopement took place. Since then, she has remained unaccounted for. Many of the items stolen by him may return to the public eye in some fashion, but not all. Between his eccentric techniques and bizarre behavior regarding the objects he steals, it might appear as though his thefts are purely whims and nothing else. Upon studying the overall picture and reviewing the objects and indeed people in play, you begin to see that they all have one specific thing in common. Take the artwork stolen from the Imperial Art Gallery, for example. Each of them were works of pure genius painted by a master of their craft, but they gained a reputation for being too complex for their target audience of such works, the nobility, and were shamefully stored away instead of being placed on display. It's because he likes beauty, dude! Similar could be said of the Septian crystal. Known for its unparalleled beauty, hey, after being seized by customs, it was sealed away in the warehouse and doomed never to be admired by human eyes again. The tank again is one more example, with its promising development cut short. Rather than be put to good use, it was left collecting dust. As an aside, the case of the Marquis's wife does contain some striking similarities. Despite marrying her, he devoted most of his attention to his concubines and barely spared a thought for her. In conclusion, we can see now that the underlying motive for his actions is finding objects of beauty that have been abandoned by the world and freeing them from their foolish owners. No matter how the world may see his crimes, his motive is clear. The truth of that is evident in the cards he leaves before committing his crimes. This is the so-called liberation of beauty mentioned upon each one of them. The Phantom Thief B steals not for money, but for an ideal he believes in. And it is in this fact we believe are clues to his true identity. Who is Phantom Thief B? A number of valid theories have come about on the face behind our famed thief. Fortunately, they are all lacking in conclusive proof as they are numerous, and it is so impossible to say whether any of them are actually correct. To complicate matters further, we are now even having deranged individuals coming forward pretending to be him and allowing themselves to be captured by law enforcement. That is not to say, however, that none of these theories circulating are at all plausible. Here we will introduce 3 such theories which have developed significant followings and may not turn out to be too far from the truth. Theory 1. Armorous Con Artist X. X's personal history. X is known for his exceptional skill as a con artist, having faked his own identity in order to engage with romantic relationships with many noble women. He was as handsome as he was capable, and he was exceptionally proud in nature as well. Born to a poor family in the temperate South, he became used to stealing in order to make ends meet from a young age. According to testimony from a companion of his at the time, he was never once caught for such thefts. The reason X converted from being a common thief to a con artist is believed to have stemmed from falling in love with a noble woman of much higher social standing than he. The rule of the aristocracy, you know the word, dude. You know how to say it, was absolute in the country he called home, and blessed romances between those of different classes unthinkable. With that in mind, he resolved to create a false identity in order to make his dream possible. Following his first arousing success, he came to do the same on a myriad of other occasions, indulging in one forbidden affair after another. It was a mere 10 years ago that he was arrested on suspicion of identity fraud, but he performed a miraculous escape from prison. Ever since then, his whereabouts have remained unknown. Thoughts. Both X's peerless skill as a thief and his interest in forbidden romances with noblewomen sound remarkably like what we know of Phantom Thief B. Also worth noting is that despite using his abilities of deception to court those with vast wealth, he displayed virtually no interest in their fortunes. That is to say, he gained no financial benefit whatsoever. Instead, he simply lamented that he was unable to indulge in them because of something as trivial as his social class. We conclude that this attitude bears a striking resemblance to the thief's own views of beauty. Theory 2. Tragic Artist Y. Y's personal history. Y was an artist with a rather tragic past, you don't say. Born to a middle-class family in the north, he was hired by an influential aristocrat to be their personal artist, producing many stunning pieces of work. However, it was later discovered that this wasn't all he produced. On the contrary, he was also responsible for a number of counterfeit pieces. The one who hired him sought to profit through ill means thanks to his work, and he created such counterfeits under the noble's instructions. One day, however, Y suddenly left the noble's service. The reason remains unknown. That is where his tragedy begins. Immediately after leaving his client behind, Y received a terrible piece of news. Was it that his voice was about to collapse from reading all this? Okay, we're hydrated, let's go. His lover, the daughter of a respected family, had been killed in a traffic accident. While there is no evidence to prove as much, it is rumored that the noble may have had a hand in her death. Wyatt was only spotted once more at his lover's grave before forever disappearing from the public eye. To those who knew his story, he became known as the truly tragic artist. Several years later, the noble was murdered. The story of Wyatt still has several unsolved mysteries surrounding it and has invited much speculation, both of which have likely led to the theory that he and Phantom Thief B are the one and the same. Those aren't the only reasons, naturally. Phantom Thief B has been known at times to try and dispose of counterfeits, believing them to be false beauty. This has led some to believe that Phantom Thief B may be attempting to rid the world of counterfeits that he himself created. Lending further credibility to this is the discovery that the forgeries disposed of by Phantom Thief B were indeed works of Y. Skilled martial artist Z? I don't know about this one. This one already seems a little far-fetched. Have you ever seen Blue Block? Can he throw a punch? The story of Z is particularly different from the two other potential identities we have proposed here, making this an unusual but still plausible possibility. Z was born in the Far East as the son of a famed military man. He was an attractive, delicately built young man, but he was far more skilled at martial arts than his frame would have suggested, being blessed with great natural talent. He is also said to possess a keen, sharp mind, and there was a mild air of arrogance about him too. Z was indeed blessed in nearly every way. He came from an important family, he had skill, he had looks, and as a result, he came to feel bored with the world around him. He hardly kept such thoughts to himself, in fact. He often voiced his complaints to anyone within earshot. These complaints persisted until one day he simply disappeared, telling no one where he was going and leaving nothing to suggest his next destination. Thoughts. Much of this theory is based on the ideas of geniuses being eccentric by nature. There are some who say that the fighting style of Z had some resemblance to the peculiar skills used by Phantom Thief B, but in terms of credibility, this theory is barely a cut above many other similarly unusual suggestions. Still, the idea that the man beneath the mask is one from the East is certainly an interesting and exciting one, leading many to wish it were true, even if they find themselves doubting it actually is. I mean, it seems like most credible to least credible was X, then Y, then Z. It's probably like a mix of the three, though. Could X, Y, or Z be the true identity of our famed Phantom Thief? Or is the truth perhaps something else entirely? The only way we will know for sure is to hear the truth from the man himself. Of course, whether we can trust anything he says is a discussion for another time. Postscript. After this article was first published, we received a card believed to be from Phantom Thief himself at our office. The contents of the card are as follows. The truth of my identity is already within your grasp. My number reveals all. Okay, number. Well, he's enforcer number 10. 10 Roman numeral is spelled X. So he's identity X. It is believed that one of the three theories proposed is the true identity of Phantom Thief B. That said, uncovering the meaning behind his words has proven to be a trying task. Yo, I think that's it. I think it might be because he's enforcer number X. They spell all the numbers with Roman numerals. Roman numeral X is or 10 is an X. He's story number X. I mean, that seems the most plausible one, too. Seems to be most in fitting with what we know about the old Phantom Thief. So what does this do? Extra agility, move, drop rate up. We're not really struggling for movement on anyone. Now, you could use something. Like, Estelle, your accessories are kind of bad. I don't really want movement on you. Agility is not useless. Since we want you to get hit a lot, we could give it a shot. I just feel like there's not really any good defense ornaments. I mean, there's some that give like a little bit of defense. Like, I mean, the 50 and 600 art defense is nothing to scoff at. But really, I don't know. I kind of want to give it a shot. See how much 58 agi, actually. How much evasion that is. Let's go back to base for a second. What? Welcome back, everyone. What's going on? You okay, Renee? If you're feeling tired, why don't you rest here in the garden for a bit? All the others are here, you wouldn't be alone. I'm not tired at all. I've just, got something on my mind. Something on your mind? Like what? Well, I suppose it can't hurt. Let me give it a try. Potter Modder. Hello, Potter Modder. Don't attack me, please. I knew you'd come. Potter Modder, switch to standby mode. Right, that's that. Renee learned the Potter Modder S-Craft. Sure. What? And why do you all look so surprised? This world can be directly influenced by people's thoughts. We've established that much already. So why wouldn't Potter Modder come for me? Now, I wonder if that happened because we did her side story, I guess. Because, you know, I mentioned, unfortunately, I did it off screen because I did it by accident. But if you go back to the Luminous Labyrinth with Renee, if you go back to where you find her her crystal, because, you know, you find Potter Modder like kind of frozen in time or something, and she'll remark on like him not responding. But that's also kind of before they established the. I guess they actually had established that like you can will things into existence. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like there was an associated scene with it, and not just like after you complete her her thing. It's just like, oh, she's got a new S-Break. Now, what do we want to do? What time are we at? We're at 22 minutes. It's kind of an awkward amount of time. I guess we just go back to the Black Ark for now. We don't really have enough time to start a side story, so even though I do want to do Richards. It's like, what do we have left? Have we done that? We've done this one. We've done that one. We've done that one. We've done that one. So it's just this one and then the sun door. Now we do have to walk all the way back over, which kind of sucks. Because we didn't get to a checkpoint. I didn't actually come back and explore this area like I said I would, because I'm a dirty liar. We're just gonna hope there's nothing important. What do we ever... Oh, there's a door right here. Only those who have struggled through countless battles are worthy of entering here. 400 battles. That's a lot. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. How do you see your notebook? Is it not in here? We have 400 battles, but I think you need to have victories. We've been knocked out 52 times. What? Is that true? That seems extremely high. I don't know if I buy that. Is it just you? You're by yourself, right? So get destroyed. Really showing them what. Joshua, you've got so much dex, dude. How do you miss? How do you miss? It doesn't make any sense. What's your dex stat? It's fucking 61, man. I guess that's not actually that high now that I think about it, but why do you have 100 dex? No, like seriously, why do you have 160 dex? Oh, that gives you 100. I don't know, man. I just feel like the extra attack of raw power is better. But, well, how much speed does it give Joshua? Like, if we were to give him remove Tiger Heart. So let's see. So you get a little bit of strength out of it, but obviously not enough to make up for it. You get like 15 speed, 100 dex, 4 agi, 1 move. I don't know, man. Is it better? Maybe? Maybe? Possibly? It's hard to tell. I just wish I knew where I was going. I guess we're just gonna try and get to the elevator. There we go. I can't believe that card we got earlier seriously worked. Must be a coincidence or something more. We should be able to go down to the hangar now. Let's get going. The hangar? That's where we met Campanella last time. It's also where we had the greatest line of dialogue in the entire series. Well, let's see. Any campies around these parts? Any chests? 27 minutes. That's an awkward time too. Where it's like if there is a fight here, we're definitely gonna go long, but I'd rather go long doing story stuff than going long trying to do a side story. And you know, we're just gonna crush whoever we fight here anyway, so. Finally showed up, huh? Oh, it is the pirates. I kind of had a feeling that they would be one of our potential dudes. Don? Kyle? Oh yeah, and plus they have a connection with Joshua as well, so that makes even more sense. Even you guys are being used, huh? That's how it looks. The whole situation is too much for my dumb brain to get a handle on, to be honest. I just know we gotta do what we gotta do. What he said, I don't think there's any point in thinking too hard about it anyway. Better just get it over with so you can move on. Makes things easier for all parties involved, yeah? Good to see you hanging in there, Joshua. How's the whole trip been working out for you? Very well, thanks. I hear your delivery company's been taking off too. Literally. Just because you guys fly around. Haha. Well, we can't afford to be lazy when we got the debt to Her Majesty to repay. All the more reason you need to get everything squared away here and get back out to the real world. You can't do it without Josette. Yeah, she's the one who handles our accounts, you know. If we were forced to do without her, we'd flop within a month. That sounds about right. We're ready to go on our side. Oh, there are a lot of them, sire. Thanks for being so cool about this. Let's get it over with so these guys can move on. Gotcha. Got it. Oh, man, I swallowed some coffee down wrong. We're not going to be holding back against you, so don't even think about holding back on us. Oh, okay, y'all get to go first. I see how it is. Okie dokie, so we just want to blast ya. A Titanic Roar seems pretty good. Should we preemptively ult? Well, now let's try and cast this, and if we get into a scary situation, I do want a Potter Mater. That's, oh my god! That's interesting. We do have Joshua's ult to clear out these guys. I'm not too scared of the Sky Pirates, to be honest. I mean, come on, you guys were the first boss in the first game. You're not that scary. I mean, you can get a fat taunt. I feel like you gotta at least try and go for it. It worked pretty well. Oh, he resisted. Ooh, he double hit us, which is not great. Joshua, your animation's a little too long. I'm sorry. I wanted to see if it was any different since we did upgrade it, but it's still the same. Oh, yeah, you died. It's fine. It's fine. What's a little death between friends? Am I right? Kevin is still casting over there, isn't he? Honestly, go ahead and ult. Even though I don't know if you're going to be able to clip Joshua or not. You barely do. His other ult would have actually been kind of good here, but... Dude, Joshua's already almost ready to ult again. Oh my god. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Oh wow, Kyle still lived. The longer you got, if you don't kill Joshua, you die. Well, no XP for Estelle. That really does very little damage, actually. We can try and res Estelle. You have Telos, right? Now, the fact that he's still on the battlefield means he can probably be revived. But he's so tanky. Now, it's probably not the best to be rezzing them with low HP when he has an AoE attack. He can just one-shot everyone. I didn't think he'd be able to hit all three. Didn't really make sense considering he couldn't hit them earlier, and they're all in the exact same spot. That's more XP for Kevin. Well, there's not split XP in this game, but... Woo, you guys are beasts. And I'm happy for that. Well, goes without saying, but we're just the warm-up act here. We've got some real monsters waiting for you ahead, so watch your backs. Oh, and while we'll disappear for now, it seems like we'll be able to remain in this world for a while longer. We should be able to help you out some too. Don't be afraid to call on us if you need us. I wonder what they mean by that. Okay, so we can go back to the start now. Okay. That's kind of what I was about to say, is maybe it has to do with her ult. Support of Don and Kyle lets the Bobcat fire a powerful missile in addition to its Gatling guns. I mean, I will not use Josette unless you force me to, so... They might not be the real Don and Kyle, but they're just like them. They seem like people who are too nice for their own good. Where have we heard that before? They probably give Estelle a run for her money. Probably, yeah. I am here, you know. Still, at least Josette should be able to rest easier now. Yeah. Either way, we should be able to access the forecastle area of the ship now. So let's head there next. So no Campanella. He's still... I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up. should probably res our guys. Well, we could just walk back to the healing machine, but... Where's the fun in that? Any chests back here? No? Really? Can we fly away? That lasted an appropriate amount of time. I think we'll go ahead and end things here. In the next video, we'll probably do Richard Stardor. Yeah, we'll do Richard Stardor. What is Richard support, by the way? Have we ever looked? CP recovery, move, art defense. It's kind of... Oh, I forgot Rias has one. XP Sapith gain? Isn't that just worse than Rene's? Doesn't Rene give like 1525 or something? I think she has a debuff associated with it. That's just a raw bonus, so... Yeah, we'll cut things off here. In the next video, we'll do Richard's Star Story. I wanted to say Side Story and Stardor, so it came out as Star Story. Yeah, I'm goodbye. See ya. Farewell. Bonjour.